So, good afternoon, dear student. Today, I will be discussing one of the poem by John Donne. John Donne, as you all know, is the representative of his age. He belonged to Restoration age, and today I will be discussing one of his important poem, and that is Canonization. The Canonization by John Donne was first published in 1633 in his posthumous collection Songs and Sonnet. So this poem was published after he was dead in his own book. So in stanza 1, if we analyze stanza 1, then we see that in the first line of canonization, the speaker begins by telling an unnamed listener to be quiet. He expresses annoyance over the interaction he's having with the person and state that the only one thing he want to do is to love. Something the listener is doing, which is keeping him away from being able to love her. So this is very clear that Dunn is with his beloved, and he want to love her, but he's not happy with the response of his lover. He goes on to give a number of options they should pursue rather than distracting in loving each other. So uh, this so uh, in this way, in the first stanza, he is showing his earnest desire to love his beloved. Then the second stanza begins with a rhetorical question, which speaker is asking. I quote, Alas, who injured by my love? So this line clearly states that he wants to know that who is feeling pain by his love. He knows the answer is nothing, but he hopes and posing this question because it will remind the listener and inform the reader that there is no reason that he should be away from being loving his beloved. This first question is also followed by four more questions. He parodies contemporary patriarchal notion of love and continue to mock his addressees, making the point that his sigh have not drowned ship and his tears have not caused flood. Means these are like phrases he is using. So by patriarch love poem, it means that Petrarchan love poems were full of claim like "My tears are rain" and "My sigh storm." Means they used to use lots of phrases in depiction of love, which Donne is also using. He mocks the operation of the everyday world, saying that his love will not keep soldiers from fighting war or lawyers from fighting court cases, as though war and legal lawyer from finding, as though war and legal wrangling were the sole concern of world outside the confine of his love affair. Means, in short, we can say that his love will not affect anyone and nobody will be affected by his love, so nobody should object his love. Then in the third stanza he tells the listener that they can say anything they want about the love between them. It does not bother him. He means he doesn't care about the world or what people say. Like we always care about what people are saying about us, and we become conscious. So here, Dunn is saying here that he is not conscious about whatever people are asking. So the speaker is confident about himself and the way he's living because he is directed by love. It is love which is the base of his life. It has made the couple into who they are. He compare himself and his lover to tapers or candles. Means candle, when candle burn there is flames, there is light. So he's comparing himself and his lover with candle. The burning of their flame caused their own demise, and he know it. Means the specific quality of the candle is that um, it burn for and it is also the reason for its demise. Candle burns for its own end, so they will have their own end by himself themselves, no matter what the listener thinks of them. He compared themselves to phoenix bird. They are not dove or eagle, and sometimes greater and perhaps more mystical. Now, in literature, we use many imaginary birds like albatross. Albatross has been used by Coleridge in the Rime of Ancient Mariner. Then there is phoenix. Phoenix is a bird which burns into ashes and it rises again. So here he is giving the example of phoenix, because by phoenix it means that their love is everlasting. It They will burn into ashes and they will rise again. Like in the lines he say, the phoenix riddle hath more wit by us, we two being one are it. So to one neutral thing both sexes fit, we die and rise the same and prove mysterious by this love. So the phoenix has more wit, meaning it makes no sense and applies more aptly to the situation. Together and apply more aptly to the situation, they are becoming more one creature. Now they are not two different individual, but they have become one creature, one neutral thing, just as the phoenix is set to die and then it is reborn in the same way. They are able to overcome on obstacle which are coming in their way and return to one another, all because of the mysteries of love, because they have immense love between them, and their love can never die, even if they die also. In the fourth stanza, the speaker explore the possibility of canonization in invents. He say that it is to be too much for an obstacle for the couple. If there is too much obstacle in their life or between their love, then they are willing to face that. They can die uh, if they are unable to love each other, or if they are unable to live with their love. They would rather die than survive in a world without one another. Means this is the intensity of their love, that they cannot live without each other. They cannot live without loving each other. So it is better for them to die. The speaker is setting out a world in which their lives are unfit for traditional remembrance via a tomb or marker. Usually, when somebody died in Christianity, in Muslims, then a tomb is being made. But he does not believe in this. Instead, he believes that they will be known through verses or song, just like the current verse. In this poem, he's talking about his love. So he want to live with love, and he want to remember by their love. He's written this poem is a love song, and so he want to be remembered after his or their death with the verses. So in the next line, he stated that they might not make their way into a chronicle, mean likely a reference to a history book. He doesn't want to have space uh, in a history book or in a chronicle. That is okay with him, as they will end up in a sonnet. He want to be more in a sonnet. This is much more appropriate place anyway, and it will contain their pretty rooms. I quote pretty room as he has given the example. They do not fit in the description of the great ones who end up in well wrought winds, as in half acre tomes. Their lives are not so. The sonnet in which they will end up will be on the wall, allow them a larger exposure, allow them exposure to a larger audience. This way, their love story will be heard by many, and perhaps finally acceptance means the world will accept their love. The couple will wear become so popular around the world that they will be canonized or make into saint for love. From then or out, anyone who needs help in love will pray to them. Means he want himself and his beloved to become saint of love, so that when anybody will need love, they will pray for pray to them. Now, in stanza fifth, sorry. The fifth stanza of the canonization solidify this feature uh, position of the poet as saint of love. Donne turns against to the listener and tells that everyone will invoke the saint. When they do this, the audience will speak uh, and consider and speak on their hermitage, and through and they will be created as a saint, they will be accepted as a saint. So their place where they will be buried will be a hermitage. It will be a place of safety for anyone in love. Now that the lover in this fantasy world created by the speaker are in heaven, they are able to look down on earth. They hear prayer for and from everyone. All is not as they would have their expectation was different, but now they see something different. The love shared amongst the people of the earth is not correct. It, according to them, it is incorrect. Their pattern of love is not the ideal one. Means people on earth don't love each other in ideal way. The love that once gave their pleasure on earth has turned into a rage in the heaven. The couple is upset by the fact that everyone on earth seem unable to live up to their standard. So this is a love poem, but in there is also imagination in this. I hope you all have understood. Thank you.